Welcome guys. In my last video on differentiation, I explained how you differentiate, how to find derivative using the first principle. But today I'm going to be explaining how to find the derivative of a function using the general method. Aside from the first principle, all those first principle procedure, there are other methods that we can actually differentiate using a general method. Now I'm going to explain how the general method works. Let's take, for instance, you have a function, or you have a function to be x raised to the power of n. Let's say this is a function you have, x raised to the power of x. It can actually be y is equal to x raised to the power of n. If this is a function and you want to find the derivative of this function, or you want to differentiate this function, all you have to do is to, that is, the y, the x will be what? You bring this power down. You bring n down, you have n into x raised to the power of n minus 1. So this is how it works. To find this derivative, the y, the x will be what? N x n minus 1. Differentiate y is equal to x squared. So using the general method, all you have to do is to say y is equal to x squared, dy dx. Let's come. You bring this power down, that is what? 2. You write everything, that is what? 2x squared. You remove 1 from this power. So that is equal to 2x, x raised to the 2 minus 1 is 1. So x raised to the power of 1 is still 1. So that is how the general method works. Example 2. Let's say you have question 2. Find the derivative of y is equal to square root of x. Let's take that second example. Find the derivative of y is equal to square root of x. Now, the first thing is that you have to find out the power of this x. When they say square root of x, in mathematics, square root of x is the same thing as x raised to the power of 1 over 2. Are we together? X square root of anything, if I say square root of 4, is the same thing as x raised to the power of 4. If I say square root of 4, is the same thing as 4 raised to the power of 1 over 2. So understand that basic first. Then y is equal to x raised to the power of 1 over 2. Then dy dx, you bring this power down, 1 over 2, x raised to the power of 1 over 2 minus 1. So therefore dy dx equal to what? 1 over 2 x raised to the, this is 1 over 2 minus 1. You have half and you want to subtract 1 from it. So when you subtract 1 from it, you give us what? Minus 1 all over 2. So I want to, you can actually leave your answer in this form, but there are different ways whereby you can represent your answer. Let's say you have dy dx is 1 over 2 x raised to the power of minus 1 over 2. Or you can proceed and say dy dx is equal to 1 over 2. This is x. Minus 1 over 2 is the same thing as 1 over, or let me say, minus 1 over 2 is the same thing as 1 over 2 into 1 over square root of x. Because minus means inverse. So x raised to the power of 1 over 2 means square root of x. So from here, my final answer will be 1 over 2 root x. So finally, this is the derivative of square root of x. Let me explain this again. Y is equal to x raised to the power of 1 over 2. Dy dx, from here, you bring this power down. You write the function back, you remove 1 from it. Bring the power down, write the function back, remove 1 from this. So this is it, 1 over 2x. 1 over 2 minus 1 is the same thing as minus 1 over 2. So 1 over 2, x raised to the power of minus 1 over 2 is the same thing as 1 over square root of x. Because x raised to the power of 1 over 2 on its own is only root x. But because of this minus, when you have minus as power, means inverse of that thing. So finally I have this as my answer. One more example on general method. Let's say you have to find the derivative of, this is example 3. Differentiate y is equal to 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 12x plus 10. So this will be my last example on general method. If you have watched me to this point, please do it to like, subscribe and share. God bless you for that. So differentiate y is equal to 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 12x plus 10. How do we differentiate this? Using the general method. The y, the x is this. You bring this power down, you differentiate each of this function. If you bring this power down, you have 3 multiplied by 2x 3 minus 1. Are we together? You differentiate each of them. You come to this point. This is minus. This is 3x squared. When you bring this power down, it will be 2 multiplied by 3x raised to the power of 2 minus 1. This is minus 12. This is x raised to the power of 1. So if you bring this power down, just know that, let me establish this. Whenever you are differentiating a variable, a constant and a variable, it will only give you that variable. To only give you that constant, rather. This is a constant, this is a variable, to give you only that constant. But whenever you are differentiating only a constant number like this, it will give you 0. If you are differentiating a constant and a variable, it will give you only a variable. But whenever you are differentiating a constant only, to give you 0. What if you are differentiating a variable only? For example, you are differentiating x. If you are differentiating x, if they say you should differentiate x, it's 1. If you are differentiating 2x, it's 2. If you are differentiating 2, is 0. So have this understanding in your mind. If you are differentiating a variable, is 1. A constant and a variable, it will give you only that variable. A constant is 0. So from there, having that understanding, if you differentiate 12x to give us only 12, what about if you differentiate 10? It's 0. Thank you very much. So this is what? 3 times 2x, this is 6x squared minus 6x minus 12. So this is the derivative of this function. This is the derivative of this function. This is how we differentiate using the general method. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.